Yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy Carl back at it again. New video, same grind, you already know. Hope y'all doing well on this Friday afternoon. Every day to go to art because like always, I'm ready. So today's pre-animation school training art is going to be different from the others. As you can see at the title of the video, I titled it part 17.5. It's supposed to be part 18, but today part 17.5 because we're not moving forward yet because we're not doing a new exercise. Well, I'm technically doing a new exercise, but it's just something that's not a part of the plan, but still a part of the plan. It doesn't make sense the way I'm saying it, but the thing is that today I'm gonna skip to this practice. As I record this video, it's Tuesday, and I've already recorded a Tuesday practice, not the previous week, but the week before that. And I was thinking about like the practice that I do on Mondays and the practice I do Tuesday. It's pretty much the same thing. It's just that one is more focused on designing and redesigning the shape language of a reference of a character or whatever you're studying, and the Tuesday practice is focused more on stylizing the proportion. So you design the shape, you're doing a shape design of the character, or so on and so forth, So yeah, and so I decided to skip today practice to do a free sketching session, and also that'll be an opportunity for me to apply what I learned, the sketching process that I have right now. And I've been practicing it since last week actually, and I've been talking about it in my previous episode of the pre-animation school training art. And today I just wanted to showcase this. And so today you're gonna have a time lapse, a really long time lapse of me just sketching characters. So I've sketched 2 of my characters and 2 characters from people on my Discord. I asked in my Discord if they were down for it, to send me characters that they want me to sketch, their original characters, and they sent me, and I decided to sketch those characters for today's video. And yeah, and by the way, feel free to join the Discord. The link is in the description box below. And yeah, and honestly, I'm really liking where this is going, the way I'm sketching and everything. And even my aesthetic, my style, I'm calling myself. My style is getting better and stronger. This new sketching process is really helping me to draw the way I envision things in my head, or really designing the character the way I want to, instead of focusing on having also focusing only on the fundamentals and the shape, blocking the body, the mannequin, and just draw with the mannequin. I'm not allowing myself to play with it. But by sketching the way I'm doing right now, I have more freedom, which might lead me to make more mistake. But because I'm aware that I got a lot of freedom to play with it, I don't mind to break or redo or resketch the part that I'm doing, But anyway, you'll see everything on the time lapse today. So like always, bring your pen, paper, tablet, whatever you need to draw. Let's grind together. Enjoy the time lapse. It's gonna be a long one. Enjoy the music in the background. Hopefully all the game music that I choose are to your liking. And yeah, anyway, I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you guys next week because I won't be at the end of the video. So yeah, I'll see you guys for next week for part 18. All right, peace.
your day.